Good evening, boils and ghouls, and welcome to our 10-hour monster movie horror-thon, presented by BCTV on the Bethany Broadcasting Network, where our intrepid band of ghost hunters will attempt to prove at long last if Old Main on the campus of Bethany College is indeed haunted. And now, here are your hosts, Jocelyn Nelson and Carlo Guadagnino.
Segment is being brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, located on Washington Road in Washington, PA. And we've been enjoying those Buffalo Wild Wings, haven't we, Carlo?
Oh yeah, I gotta finish. Hold on a minute. Alright.
Well, currently you are watching Dementia 13.
Vanna White style.
I hope you're all enjoying the movie. We are also always hyping up and looking forward to what's going to happen next with Taylor in the tower, if she's going to find anything.
That medium went up there, and she said she saw spirits, or heard spirits, or felt spirits, or there were spirits on the wall. One of these things she knows for a fact, and that doesn't sit well with me, and I know she's coming on the show, so I'm kind of...
Yeah, we'll be talking to her a little bit later. So why don't we get along with this trivia, Carlo?
All right. Well, the next trivia question for the day. In the slasher classic Halloween, the killer's mask was molded and created from what famous actor?
That's a good question.
They're never gonna get it.
So it's not the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz?
Absolutely not. I guarantee you that the answer, if you get this answer, I will personally come to your house and deliver your prize to you. What is that prize?
And that prize will be the zombie masterpiece, Zombieland.
You heard it here. I will come to your house. Send your address, I will come to your house, and I will bring Zombieland to you.
And you don't just get Zombieland, you are also getting the Zombieland sequel.
I don't know if I can bring that one to you, but I'll at least bring you Zombieland, the original.
It is a remake of The Last House on Sorority Row. So, you know, zombies and sororities, we gotta mix those two. Because they just go together, right?
Sororities are nice. Sororities are nice. Let's all agree. Everybody here. Everybody agrees sororities are nice, yeah? And
we're getting a lot of nods from the boys behind sets here. Okay, well, if you think you have the answer to this question, we're going to want you to shoot us an email at bctvhorror-thon@yahoo.com. And that's bctvhorror-thon, HORRORTHON @yahoo.com.
If you didn't know this, Jocelyn won a spelling bee second grade, and it's her
one
prized
letter
possession.
Well, if you are the 13th emailer with the correct answer, you will win these prizes, which are, again, Zombieland and the Zombieland sequel, which apparently includes sororities.
And you get to see my face, which, come on. You want to see my face deliver this to you. Let's be real. Look at this face. It's kind of a nice face. It's got a little hair on it, because I'm growing a beard because it's kind of cold out here, but it's a nice face.
Well, if we want them to win this, we got to repeat the question for them.
I got the question. All right. In the slasher classic Halloween, the killer's mask was molded and created from what famous actor? Give them the email one more time, just in case.
The email for that is bctvhorror-thon@yahoo.com. And now we're going to throw it over to our movie specialist, Kyle Wills, to learn a little bit more about Dementia 13. Kyle, what do you got for us?
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Dementia 13 was originally going to be titled Dementia. The 13 was added because it was discovered that the title Dementia had already been used in a 1955 film. Many of the actors paid their own way into the movie. This marked the first film of director Francis Ford Coppola, who later went on to direct and become known for the Godfather movies. The movie was filmed on a budget of $22,000. A line in the film, especially in American Girl, you can tell she's been raised on promises, influenced by the Tom Petty song American Girl, in which he sings, "She was an American girl raised on promises." Ford Francis Coppola was assisting Roger Corman on the set of The Young Racers in 1963 in Ireland. Roger Corman, of course, directing our second film tonight, House on Haunted Hill. Corman allowed Coppola to use the same set, crew, and actors for his film if he could shoot around Corman's own shooting schedule. The film went on to cult following status, similar to that of Rocky Horror Picture Show 10 years later, and even inspired a radio drama based on the film. The radio version, would gather voice talent, sound effect artists, and musicians in a full orchestra to create not only a drama for radio, but one where audiences would still pay large amounts of cash to see all new voices and effect put together while the film unfolds behind them. The film parallels that Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, as both film features strong female protagonists as what appears to be the main starring roles of their respective films, only to see their unfortunately demise quickly. Warning the audience that anyone in the picture is expendable. Both the Psycho and Dementia 13 female heroines also die while either being scantily clad as Louise Halloran does in Dementia 13 or naked as Marilyn Crane does in Psycho. There was a running bet between Hitchcock and Francis Ford Coppola as to who could get away with more. So we're going to send it back to Carlo and Jocelyn.
Thank you very much, Kyle, for all that information. And you know, the musical or radio versions of these stories actually caused a lot of panic originally, especially with things like War of the Worlds, because people thought they were real events taking place when they heard it on the radio.
Yeah, you had people calling the police and really making it an actual event when it was just a pre-recording. People kind of lost their minds. It was back in the day. They were very naive.
Yeah, and it is kind of ironic considering these were meant to inspire fear. We just didn't think people would think it was happening in real life.
Well, we got to remember Eric Sprouse was around at that time, so you know the naiveness and they didn't understand that these were just cartoon characters / characters on the radio. They thought they were real aliens coming to attack people.
Well, speaking of our producer, we're going to throw it back to him and back to the movie Dementia 13.
Welcome back, boils and ghouls. I see you're still with us. Our monster movie Horror-THON continues on BCTV, if you dare to watch. And now, here are your hosts once again, Jocelyn Nelson and Carlo Guadagnino.
Hello and welcome back to the Monster Movie Horror-a-thon, brought to you from Bethany College, BCTV, right here in Old Main. So, Carlo, this segment is actually going to be sponsored and brought to us by Subway. The Subway located on Washington Road in Washington, PA.
Subway Eat Fresh, huh?
Yep.
I can't eat any more food. We've been eating now for what hour are we in on this?
We're at our 9:30 hour.
Yeah, it's been a lot. There's a lot of food in my belly, that's for sure.
A lot of pizza, a lot of Subway.
We've
been eating good here.
I got some donuts in my system. Some coffee.
Yeah, and we were lucky. We got Taylor Furco a lot of food before she went up in the tower. So we're going to throw this to our tower segment with Taylor Furco. How are things looking up there?
All right, thanks, Carlo and Jocelyn. I think I'm ready as I'll ever be to start the next portion of this creepy adventure. So if you guys are ready, let's head upstairs. Ooh. Something just flew right by my face. Okay, more dirt, yay. Lots of buzzing, that's a good sound. This is insane. They told me that this whole thing is about 95 feet from the ground. I think we're making our way up, slowly but surely. There's just holes in the bricks everywhere. Makes you wonder what's inside there. Okay, so it looks like we're coming up to the next room. It's right in here. Let's flip on the light and see what we're gonna find. Oh, it looks like we're at the room where all the sound happens in here. Whew. God. Dusty stuff just everywhere. Wow. Look at all these rusted up pipes. Wow. And then under here you get a better glimpse of how high you actually are. Whoa, I'm running into everything. That's insane. Climb that many steps tonight. Whew. Gets dirtier every level we go. Let's head up these steps, right up here. Wow. Wait till you get a glimpse of this machine. Alright, so it looks like we're coming up to the machine that controls all the sound up here. Right over here. Listen to the buzzing that you can hear. Nobody ever comes up here. Probably for good reason. See, you see the only sound that's in this room is this little thing moving ever so slowly. Alright, so apparently this machine costs over $100,000. I don't know, it looks pretty old for $100,000, but who am I to judge? Especially in this ghost tower with a lot of ghosts who could come after me and possibly kill me. Alright. Trying to look up there some more. Wow. There's the clock in all its glory. Bet something's hiding over there. Let's go up there and see what's happening. If my cameraman is up for the task. That's good. Alright. I'm gonna be an expert at ladders by the end of this. Wow, this is higher than I thought. Alright, well here's the clock and everything up here. Wow. You can go right up to the edge of it. Right up in here. Look at that. Wonder when the last time somebody's been up here is. That was actually a person and not a ghost. Ooh. Everything is so dirty and old. Wow. That's crazy. I haven't heard anything quite yet, have you? Well, we haven't gotten to the roof yet. You guys will have to stick around. That'll be the best part. Alright, let's slowly make our way back down here. Sure. That way, if I plummet to my death, everyone can see. This is so scary. So many spider webs everywhere. Alright, I think we're ready to send it back to you guys, Carlos and Jocelyn. We'll catch up with you guys later.
Thank you very much, Taylor. It looks really kind of creepy up there, and I like all the mechanics.
It's a very old building. It's a very old building. That's where we are.
We should
here in Old Main.
set the time back a little bit, get a little more sleep before our classes.
Yeah, I don't think any professors would let that happen. I feel like President Miller and Dean Ewing would definitely have that problem fixed before Monday morning of classes.
Well, the students would definitely appreciate it.
I would. But speaking of students, we're going to go to our next student package, which happens to be Bridget and me.
For one, I used to live in Phillips my freshman year. I lived in main room 319. And one night I was trying to sleep, and as I was sleeping I heard rustling of jackets. Bed's here, facing the wall, jackets are up here, jackets are not moving, but I hear rustling behind me. And as I kept trying, the more I tried to go to sleep, the harder it was. Eventually, I kind of turned around, went on my stomach, and when I did, as I closed my eyes, I couldn't get up. I was stuck to my bed. It was kind of like somebody was shoving my head in the pillow. It happened to me about 3 times until I got up, sat up, and said I'm not going to sleep because I was probably terrified. And from there on, I actually told an alumni that story about maybe, I want to say, 2 weeks after, because homecoming came up. And she told me that same room of a jacket situation. It was like one of those old furry coats. She said her and her girlfriend at the time, they were going to go out, this, that, and she went to go get her jacket, and it looked like it was burned in her closet. Same closet that I have my stuff in. It was like from a chemical burn, and I heard that's how sometimes, apparently something, whether it was Mary, Sarah, not sure on names, I've been told a lot, but what I've experienced is completely different. Also being in that room, my keys were moved, put them down, be locked out of my room. Yes, they have weird locks, but I know that I've had it unlocked. Like, I'm pretty sure. A lot of times they lock you coming from the shower, lock you right out of your room like nothing. Nothing, they call security, you don't have your phone, so you're trying to find somebody. It's almost like they play games with you on purpose because they have nothing else to do. I've had shorts missing, and I actually checked it's supposed to be under your bed. Nothing was there. I was able to get into the attic with an adult figure, let's just say. And I went up there was clothing up there, but it was not mine. They said it could either be under the bed, it would appear there after a little while, it'll be in the attic, but it was kind of iffy up there. When I went up, I was walking on their wired planks kind of situation, and I thought my roommate, Bree Nussman, who I did room with in Phillips, was behind me on these 2 planks. No, I was walking because they were letting me adventure. There was a couple of us up there, about 4 of us, plus the adult figure. And as I'm walking, I was like, stop moving. I turn around, she's not behind me, and you can feel like somebody was walking right behind me on the plank. So I kind of wish I had a camera, but I didn't, and so I kind of booked out of there.
All right, well, let's be real. You know, I've been here for like 35 years now, so there's a lot of ghost stories that you can go through. I mean, I was here back when World War II, when the Navy was staying over in Phillips. Funny story about that is, if you're out on Halloween, and you're out by Phillips, if you go to the back parking lot where Harlan and Phillips kind of meet each other, you'll see a Navy, I think he's just some private or something like that. He's some small guy. He's climbing up the side of the building, and the story behind it is that, you know, they all went out and they got drunk, and they made a bunch of guys made it back for curfew. He didn't, so they locked the door on him. So he had to climb up the little storm drain. He got all the way to the top. The storm drain broke, and you can see him falling. I've seen him a couple times. But my story happened. Christian Summerlin, myself, Matt Grimard, and Skip were walking from Harlan down to the Bison Inn, and it was one of those dark, ominous nights that somehow fog just sits on the mountaintop. And we got to the faculty apartments, and all of a sudden we start hearing banging and this, that, and the other, and people start screaming. We're looking around, there's nothing going on. So we're like, oh, whatever. We go into the bar. About 2 hours later, we come back out. We're walking back up the hill, and we heard what we thought was this lady screaming at us. So Grimard, being Grimard, turns around and says, you know, I'm sorry, and had some other few choice words for her. I made my normal smart remarks that probably, if this was a real person, would have got me in trouble. Well, she screamed, "Oh, I'm letting my dog out on you," and we heard this dog chasing us. So we ran. We get down to the tennis courts, and Matt goes, "Man, that was close." Turns around, and he's got like a bite mark in his pants, in his jeans. It looked like a dog literally like just latched on, and like while we were running, like he was just like shaking his leg and stuff. So we were like, oh, whatever. Maybe it was because of what we do at the Bison Inn. Maybe we were a little too that night. Whatever. A couple nights later, we were up in Old Main. Well, I was up in Old Main, Christian and I. And we get there, and we go through the little middle lobby, and Christian was saying, man, wouldn't it be weird if we saw some dude just like walking down this thing? Well, I got to the middle where the little chandelier is, right before you get to the steps of the academic parlor. and like I couldn't move. I was frozen. I got this cold chill on the back of my neck. I looked down, and there was this old dude with like 1,700 clothing on, or 1,800 clothing on, just kind of walking with a cane down the middle of the corridor in Maine, into Kirkpatrick.
Okay, thank you very much, Carlo. Those were some pretty interesting stories you got going around Old Main here.
Well, I've been here for a very long time, so you kind of, unfortunately, you kind of get to know all the stories, and some things just happen that you can't explain. In fact, I got another story. My cameraman back there, Christian, and I were driving back a couple summers ago. We were over there by Frogtown, for those of you that are from the Bethany area that know about Frogtown. Out there on towards the PA line. Basically, we saw this man, bear, pig thing run across the street, and Christian can't come on camera because obviously he's running the camera, but it actually happened. It's not cool.
Gotta admit, I'm a little skeptical of a man, bear, pig cross.
Christian, shake your head yes. Man, bear, pig was real. Man, real.
Alrighty then, on that note, we'll get back to the other crazy people in Dementia 13.